Hey everyone, welcome back to IQD Dinar News. Today we're examining something that could reshape Iraq's entire monetary landscape over the coming years. I'm talking about Iraq's reported plans to transition toward a digital currency system, with 2026 highlighted as a crucial phase in this transformation. If you hold Iraqi dinars or follow Iraq's economic development, understanding what this shift could mean is absolutely essential. Stay with me because we're going to break down the context, the timeline, the technology involved, and most importantly, what this could realistically mean for currency holders. Let me start by saying this isn't based on rumors or speculation from online forums. According to reports from Iraqi financial institutions and official statements, Iraq has been working on upgrading its banking infrastructure and payment systems for several years now. The goal, as publicly stated, is to reduce reliance on physical cash and build a more modern, traceable financial ecosystem. This kind of transformation doesn't happen overnight, and what we're seeing in 2025 represents years of groundwork finally approaching implementation stages. So why would Iraq pursue this path? Here's why this matters. Understanding the motivation behind major economic shifts helps us evaluate how serious and sustainable they're likely to be. First, there's the security dimension. Physical currency comes with inherent vulnerabilities. Counterfeiting has been a documented challenge in Iraq. The logistics of printing, transporting, and securing large volumes of physical money creates both costs and risks. A digital system, according to financial technology experts, can significantly reduce these vulnerabilities through encryption and secure electronic verification. Second, transparency becomes substantially improved. Digital transactions create automatic records that can be audited and verified. For a country working to strengthen institutional integrity and attract international investment, this kind of financial transparency represents a meaningful step forward. It makes corrupt practices harder to conceal and legitimate business operations easier to document. Third, efficiency gains are considerable. In our increasingly connected world, the speed of financial transactions matters for both businesses and individuals. Digital payments can be processed instantly, eliminating delays associated with physical cash handling, bank operating hours, and geographic distance. For businesses operating in Iraq, this could mean improved cash flow management and reduced operational friction. Fourth, there's the international integration aspect. As global finance becomes increasingly digital, countries maintaining predominantly cash-based systems may face challenges connecting smoothly with international banking networks and trade partners. A modern digital infrastructure, according to financial analysts, positions Iraq to participate more effectively in global commerce and attract foreign investment. Now, let's address what this could mean specifically for people holding Iraqi dinars, because that's the practical question many of you have. The reported transition toward digital currency represents both potential benefits and necessary adjustments. On the benefit side, you're looking at a system that could offer enhanced security for your holdings, better accessibility through digital platforms, and integration with a regulated, government-backed financial infrastructure. The adjustment side involves familiarizing yourself with new technology and new procedures if you've primarily dealt with physical currency notes. Here's what's important to understand. According to available information, Iraq is planning a gradual implementation precisely to allow time for adaptation. This isn't expected to be an abrupt switch that catches people off guard. The approach being described involves phased rollout with coexistence of physical and digital currency during transition periods. Let me walk you through what the technology infrastructure reportedly involves. We're talking about encrypted digital platforms, secure server systems, multi-factor authentication protocols, and verification mechanisms designed to meet international security standards. Iraqi financial institutions are said to be working with international technology partners to ensure their systems align with global best practices. What would a digital dinar account actually look like in practice? Based on how digital currency systems function in other countries, you'd likely access your account through a secure mobile application or web platform. You'd be able to view your balance in real time, transfer funds to other users, make payments for goods and services electronically, and maintain a complete transaction history. For holders who currently have physical dinar notes, processes would need to be established for converting those physical holdings into digital currency. This would likely involve visiting authorized banks or designated conversion centers, where physical notes could be verified and credited to digital accounts. The specific procedures for this conversion would be communicated through official channels as implementation progresses. Security measures being discussed include biometric authentication options like fingerprint or facial recognition, transaction monitoring systems designed to detect unusual activity, customer support infrastructure for users experiencing issues, and legal frameworks ensuring digital holdings are recognized and protected under Iraqi law. Let's address some natural concerns that arise with this kind of transformation. Pay attention to this part because these are questions many holders have. One major question is what happens to existing physical dinar. According to reports about the planned approach, physical currency wouldn't suddenly become invalid. During transition periods, both forms would coexist, giving holders ample time to convert. The stated objective isn't to trap people, but to create improved systems while ensuring everyone can participate through proper channels. Another concern involves access and technology literacy. What about people in areas with limited internet infrastructure? What about individuals who aren't comfortable with digital technology? These are legitimate considerations being addressed through education programs, simplified user interfaces, support centers offering hands-on assistance, and plans to expand connectivity infrastructure where needed. There's also the question of international recognition. How would foreign banks and currency exchanges handle digital Iraqi dinars? This is where Iraq's collaboration with international financial institutions becomes crucial. The Central Bank of Iraq would need to work with international banking networks to ensure digital dinars can be recognized and exchanged through established channels. Now let's talk timeline because I know many of you want specifics about when changes might occur. While 2026 is being mentioned as a significant rollout year according to reports, groundwork is being laid throughout 2025. This includes infrastructure upgrades, personnel training, pilot testing in select locations, and public awareness initiatives. By mid-2026, we could potentially see initial availability of digital dinar services in major Iraqi cities. By late 2026, the system might be operational across urban centers, with expansion to smaller cities and rural areas continuing into 2027. This gradual approach is intentional. Financial systems are complex, and rushing massive transformations creates risks. By taking measured steps, Iraq would be prioritizing stability over speed, which benefits everyone who wants to see secure, successful implementation. What should dinar holders be doing to prepare? Here are practical steps based on common sense financial management. First, ensure your current holdings are properly documented and stored securely. If you have physical notes, keep them safe and maintain records. When conversion opportunities become available through official channels, you'll want to account clearly for what you hold. Second, start familiarizing yourself with basic digital banking concepts if you're not already comfortable with them. Understanding how digital wallets function, what two-factor authentication means, and how to recognize online security threats will serve you well. There are numerous free educational resources available for building this knowledge. Third, and this is absolutely critical, stay informed through official channels only. As excitement builds around potential changes, we'll unfortunately see increased scam attempts. People will claim insider information, special conversion rates, or exclusive platform access. Don't fall for it. Rely on official government announcements, Central Bank of Iraq communications, and statements from licensed Iraqi financial institutions. If something sounds too good to be true or comes from unofficial sources, treat it with extreme skepticism. Fourth, be patient but attentive. Don't rush into anything, but don't ignore legitimate developments either. As official information becomes available about authorized procedures, pay attention and follow proper channels. Let's discuss broader economic implications because they're significant. When countries transition from cash-heavy to digital economies, effects extend beyond individual transactions to impact economic growth, tax collection, business operations, international trade, and institutional integrity. For Iraq specifically, reducing cash dependency could potentially improve tax compliance as transactions become more traceable. This could increase government revenue without raising tax rates, simply by closing gaps where cash transactions previously went unreported. For businesses, digital payments could mean faster cash flow, reduced costs associated with handling physical money, lower theft risk, and easier integration with digital accounting systems. This could stimulate entrepreneurship, particularly among younger Iraqis already comfortable with digital technology. For international investors and trading partners, a modern digital financial system could make Iraq more attractive and accessible. Verifying transactions and conducting due diligence becomes easier in transparent digital environments, potentially leading to increased foreign investment. There's also an anti-corruption angle. Physical cash is notoriously difficult to trace, making it preferred for corrupt transactions. Digital money leaves trails. While no system eliminates all bad behavior, digital currency makes corruption significantly harder and riskier. One important aspect is financial inclusion. Digital currency can actually increase access to financial services for underserved populations. In Iraq, significant portions of the population may lack traditional bank accounts due to distance from branches, prohibitive fees, or documentation requirements. Digital currency accessible through mobile phones can bypass many of these barriers, potentially giving previously excluded Iraqis their first real access to formal banking services. Now let's address a question many of you have. Could this affect the dinar's value or lead to revaluation? Here's where I need to be completely honest and realistic with you. The shift to digital currency by itself doesn't automatically change fundamental currency value. Currency values are determined by complex factors including economic output, inflation, government stability, international reserves, trade balances, and market confidence. However, modernization and improved transparency that come with digitization could indirectly support currency strength over time. If digital systems lead to better tax collection, reduced corruption, increased foreign investment, and stronger economic growth, these factors might positively influence the dinar's value gradually. But let me be absolutely clear. If someone promises you that digitization will lead to immediate massive revaluation, be extremely skeptical. Real currency value changes happen based on fundamental economic factors, not just technological changes in how currency is managed. The digital transition is important and potentially positive, but it's not magic that will overnight transform international currency values. What we can say is that modern, secure, transparent digital financial systems are necessary foundations for long-term economic growth and currency stability. Iraq appears to be building that foundation. I want to address the emotional dimension for a moment, because for many dinar holders, this represents more than just money. Many of you have held these positions for years, waiting for signs of progress. The digital transformation being discussed represents tangible, substantial development. It's okay to feel encouraged by real progress while also managing expectations realistically. Progress happens as a process, not as single dramatic events. The digital rollout, if it proceeds as described, will unfold over months and years. There will be successes and challenges. Maintaining balanced perspective serves you well. Let me describe some specific scenarios and how they might play out based on how digital currency transitions have worked in other countries. Imagine you hold physical dinar notes. When conversion becomes available, you'd take those notes to an authorized center, likely at major Iraqi banks or designated facilities. Notes would be verified for authenticity, counted, and credited to your digital account. You'd receive confirmation, and your digital account would become active. If you hold dinar through dealers outside Iraq, you'd work with those dealers to understand their procedures for either converting to digital dinar or exchanging for other currencies. Reputable dealers would have clear processes and communicate with customers. If you're a business conducting transactions in dinar, digital transition could streamline operations significantly. Instead of managing physical cash, you'd send and receive payments instantly through digital platforms, improving accounting accuracy and efficiency. As we move through 2025 and into 2026, watch for these indicators of progress. Official announcements from the Central Bank of Iraq, results from pilot programs, infrastructure development at banks, international recognition from major financial institutions, and public education campaigns within Iraq. The involvement of international organizations like the International Monetary Fund and World Bank in providing guidance helps ensure Iraq follows best practices and avoids common pitfalls. Before we conclude, I must emphasize security and vigilance. As this transition unfolds, there will unfortunately be people looking to exploit excitement and uncertainty. You might encounter emails claiming special conversion rates, websites that look official but steal information, or contacts claiming insider access. Please be extremely careful. Verify everything through official channels. Don't give personal information to unsolicited contacts. Don't send money to anyone promising special deals. Don't click suspicious links. Official transitions happen through established, licensed institutions. There won't be secret workarounds. Anyone claiming otherwise is attempting fraud. So where does this leave us? We're potentially witnessing significant transformation in how Iraq manages currency and financial systems. The move toward digital infrastructure represents years of planning and commitment to modernization. For Dinar holders, this development is worth monitoring closely. It could offer enhanced security, greater accessibility, improved efficiency, and better integration with global financial systems. The path forward would unfold gradually with safeguards and support systems. Your role is to stay informed through official channels, prepare by securing current holdings and learning about digital finance, and approach changes with cautious realism. This could be real progress, but progress that unfolds is a process. Thank you for watching IQD Dinar News. If you found this analysis valuable, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for continued coverage of Iraq's economic developments. Hit the notification bell so you're alerted to important updates. Remember, stay informed through official sources, remain patient, prioritize security, and always verify information before acting on it. We'll continue bringing you factual analysis as developments unfold. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not financial or investment advice. Always consult qualified financial professionals before making any currency or investment decisions. Until next time, this is IQD Dinar News Update, committed to authentic information and honest analysis.